My friends, as you know, it was a tragedy yesterday in New York City, in Midtown, when a 36-year-old police officer, Didarul Islam, working off duty, working extra duty for security, and probably one of the safest areas, not Bed-Stuy, not Crown Heights, not the Lower East Side, not the Bronx, not East New York, not nothing. No. But Park Avenue, at the site of the NFL and Blackstone and Rudin Properties. I mean, this is pretty posh. No crime to think of or to speak of. And there it was where this young man met his match, met his fate, met his end, met his doom at the hands of somebody. And immediately people are calling him deranged. He's deranged. Crazy. It's what we do. Everybody's crazy. They'll mention guns. They'll talk about the AR-15 or M4, and people will get semi-automatic and automatic upset. You know the usual stuff. Then we're going to talk about mental health. We're going to say mental health is the reason. And it's a mental health issue. The problem we have is we've ignored mental health. Mental health. Everything is mental health. Everything is mental health. Mental health. And the people who say this, for the most part, the people who repeat this on a regular basis, have absolutely no earthly idea of what they're talking about. They will do no research whatsoever. And you hear me say this a lot. There's no research. Nobody ever wants to know, well, what are the statistics? Oh, no. Don't even kid yourself. What is it that I'm talking about? How do I know what I know? And that's the real interesting thing. How do I know what I know? How do I know these things that I say about guns or mental health or crime or CTE? They're talking about chronic traumatic encephalopathy, though we're not sure exactly how this individual might have suffered from that. He played high school football, and then there was some note he may have had to the NFL. And then they want to talk about motive. How do we get motive? What's the motive? If only we know the motive. Motive, what does motive mean? What does that even mean? I have no idea. It's the same thing we do all the time. Why? Somebody tell me why. It's senseless. Is it ever sensible? Does there make, well, maybe not really. So we just say these cliched things over and over and over, and we are no close to fixing it. How do you predict in a country of, let's say, 350, I'll round it off, 350 million people with enough guns to be equivalent to 1.1 firearms per adult? There are approximately 25, on the upper end, million AR-15s and assault weapons. 25 million. The numbers don't in any way comport or jibe. None of it makes any sense. The vast majority of mentally ill people are completely harmless. It is the rarest of the rare for this even to occur. The rarest of the rare. Then we talk about psych meds. Oh, that's a big one too. It's psych meds. We're over-medicated. Who says we're over-medicated? Who says? Americans do. Our crew does. Why? Because they sit back in their Barca lounger and they bleat and belch and burp and bellow regarding statistics that they kind of feel intuitively are there. They kind of feel like, well, maybe this is the way I think it is. They haven't. Have you researched this? Excuse me, I told you before, I don't research things. What are you? I don't research anything. What is this researching? And then, of course, we have people, as you can imagine, we have people that we want to know what this fellow's name was, where is he from, what's his background, not about the victim. Didarul Islam. Isn't that something? Doesn't that kind of kill the... it's just tragic. Doesn't that kill our thing about the notion of foreigners? Who was he? He was an immigrant from Bangladesh. His father had a stroke. His father, upon hearing this, purportedly had some kind of a stroke. The Bangladeshi community speaking out on behalf of him. Don't really know anything about him. But we're going to be talking about this ridiculous fool. We're going to be talking about this individual. We're going to be talking about this guy. We're going to be talking about this person and what he wanted. And could it have been chronic traumatic stuff? Who cares? Because what we do is we've never learned critical thinking. Because the sad part about this is so rare. It is so incredibly rare that it's not even worth comment. Well, I shouldn't say not commenting on, but trying to draw or extrapolate anything from it. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how you can even. I don't know how would you even do that? What are you going to pull, cull? What? What are you going to get from this? I don't know. But I promise you, the experts will come through with all the information today. Like you can't believe. They're going to have so much information. They're going to know every single thing about it. Everything. They're going to know everything about everything or everything excluding reality. That's the part that gets me. And every time we hear this, I love this story. I love this. We get the names wrong. We get the references wrong. We can't even get the Epstein story correct because people are still talking about a list. There's no list. I don't understand where it's this list, this kind of a phone book of things. It's bizarre, but people will be saying it repeatedly. And they'll also be talking about things like pedos. You gotta watch that language. You know what I'm saying? This is what's happening. You're gonna be hearing about this repeatedly. We're still talking about this. We're still calling Epstein a pedo. When the number of people that he has been involved with in a spectrum of people, some of them have been certainly young, but that wasn't first and foremost. So it doesn't even matter. I learn, as you can imagine, for the most part, just to look the other way and not get upset. I don't expect anything because in our country, we do not learn anything. Do you hear what I'm saying? We do not learn anything. This is the part that's the most important. This is the most critical. This is so, I don't even know where to start with this. But it's a good idea to maybe discuss some of these things. You see, people love the idea. They suggest that drums and psychotropic, or they beat the drums rather, that drugs and psychotropics and that's it. That's the problem. Yeah, that's it. Because I remember one time they wanted to give me something, and I knew that, and I knew when I extrapolated that because I knew. I remember one time they wanted to give my kids something, so therefore we are awash in antipsychotic drugs, in psychotropics. Why? Because I have this gut feeling. And in the past generations, mental illness was ignored and hidden, not even diagnosed. There was no depression. Nobody knew about it. In the old days, before all the drugs, if you were depressed, anxiety, bipolar disorder, PTSD, and those are real, they called them bad nerves or laziness or personal weakness. We were nuts because we didn't know what to call it. We thought we were better. Whoa, we didn't have a diagnosis for it, so we obviously were much. No. We've had incredible advances in neuroscience, psychiatry. People's lives have been changed. There are people right now who are watching me as I speak to you right now, and you are, whose lives have been saved by SSRIs. Oh, and by the way, SSRIs to the conspiracy community is the way they look at statins or seed oils. Overnight, they hate them and they can't tell you why. Can't. But they're just told, hate this. Hate them. They have no idea. Or they're told to love something. Methylene blue. I love it. Why? I don't know. So America is sitting back looking on how to respond to this. How do we respond? What exactly are we doing here? How about mental illness? Mental illness is more recognized and diagnosed today, but not over-treated. See, that's the thing people are mistaken. Like I told you, in past generations, when you were a kid, I had a friend of a time whose father suffered from severe depression. Years later, they found his personal notes because he didn't know what to do. He didn't know who to go to. He was afraid. He thought, maybe I'm losing my mind. Today, you would have been able to speak. Maybe you might want to argue too easily. But if it was depression, anxiety, bipolar, PTSD, all of those things, you can forget it. So the thing is, they're not over-treated, but they're better diagnosed. And the stigma still prevents people from seeking medication, not the other way around. See, if anything, psych drugs are underutilized by people who need them. There's cultural stigma. There's fear of being labeled. By the way, remember, if you're planning on getting life insurance, get it young, because later on, if you have CPAP, apnea, forget. If you've been to a psychiatrist, antidepressants, have you had a calcium score? Have you heard any kind of have you had the LP(a) study? All of these are going to be used actuarially against you. So people don't want to do this. It's so bad that people are saying this could affect my job, licenses, pilots, military, red flag laws. Oh, no. Forget. If anything, we have a stigma against mental illness in this country. SSRIs, antipsychotics, mood stabilizers. These aren't candy, but they're carefully prescribed based on diagnosis, and they have helped people tremendously. And the thing is that clinical guidelines keep prescribing in check. This is what people don't understand. Psychiatrists and primary care doctors follow strict guidelines from, the APA and FEA and all that. And dosages, sometimes indications, black box warnings, all this, they're all monitored. And controlled substances like benzodiazepines and stimulants have been regulated to the point that people are very careful, believe it or not. And most psychiatric medications, by the way, are prescribed conservatively. People have this idea that somehow they're just handed out like candy. Not at all. And therapy alone, remember, therapy alone, talk therapy, all these others, they're wonderful. CBT and talk therapy is this EMDR and all this other kind of jazz. That's wonderful. But there's nothing like pharmacological support. And there's increased prescriptions reflect increased awareness. And the opioid process is not a model for psychiatric medication. And the alternative to medication can be deadly. People not having this done. So I just want you, see, you're never going to hear anybody say this today. Anybody. Because we are structured and told and ordered, especially those in the conservative realm, to think that there's this over-medication, and they just feel it. They don't know really why they're saying it. But I'm telling you right now, there are people right now watching us right this moment whose lives were changed and given back by virtue of medication. So when you talk about this fellow who shot people up, you're going to say, was he going off of the medication? That's another one too. They'll say, well, see, SSRIs, when you get off of it, when you get off of SSRIs and the like, then there can be this moment of, how do I say this? These moments of depression and reversal, actually an exacerbation of depression and the like. And we'll say this all the time. And they'll say, look at the instructions, look at the leaflets, look at the information, look at the instructionals, look at the literature, look at what's inside these boxes, look at what's inside them. They even say that the number one reference sometimes is murder and self-harm. But what they don't tell you is that who would you give psychiatric medication to? First of all, who takes psychiatric medication? People with psychiatric problems. So if you have psychiatric problems from people who require psychiatric medication, does this surprise you? See, what's first, chicken or the horse? We don't chicken or the horse, chicken or the egg. We don't know. Now let's go to guns. Guns are. We can go through the statistics. There is one fact. CDC said that every year, 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people have their lives saved by virtue of the intervention, the use, the display of firearms. This is according to the CDC. How about that one? Anybody interested in that? Anybody interested in that? I am. Nobody ever wants to talk about guns and the like. Let me give you an example. Gun violence. You're going to hear this today too. Remember, 250 million people, and this is a rarity. 12 to 20 million, who knows? AR-15, it's hard to say. This doesn't happen. What do you think of the top countries, by the way, using international data? The highest rates of gun-related homicides per 100,000. Where do you think they are? Where? What country? Here? No. Central and South America. Number one, El Salvador. El Salvador, Venezuela, Honduras, Guatemala, Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia. Why? Because these are related to gun cartels, government corruption, weak law enforcement, economic instability. See how that works? The U.S. doesn't even score anywhere near the top. And when you look at gun homicides per capita, it has more firearms per capita, but its rate of gun homicides sits well below. And what's the number one? What is the number one? The number one main cause of gun deaths in the United States? Let me ask you. What do you think? What do you think? Answer my question. People are just commenting on this. They're not listening to anything I'm saying. Nothing. Never. They're not listening and saying, well, that's interesting. They're just typing away. They're experts. Experts. They know everything. They know everything about this. Just ask them. They know everything. Well, one time in Switzerland, they're experts because they heard something about Switzerland and they know about that. And what's the number one cause? The number one cause of gun homicide in this country. What do you think it is? Accident? No. What do you think it is? What do you think it is? Suicide. Yep. How about that? Suicide. Number one. 60%. This is the leading cause of gun deaths in the U.S. It's a mental health crisis, not a gun control crisis, but it's the media almost never distinguishes this because suicides don't push the narrative. Number one, 60% suicides. Number two, gang and drug-related homicides. Most firearm homicides occur in urban centers, cities, and the like. They're linked to gang violence and drug trade. These areas have the strictest gun laws, but criminals don't follow drug laws. You know that, right? Number three, domestic violence, personal disputes. Some firearm deaths occur in homes, others between people who know each other, people who are close, whatever. And four, mass shootings. They're rare, but media sensationalized. The rarest of the rare of the rare. That's where it is. That's where it is. Bottom line is simply this. The worst gun violence per capita happens in countries with weaker institutions, organized crime, no Second Amendment. No Second Amendment. The U.S. has problems, but they're social, mental, criminal, not constitutional. It's not about gun purchasing. Blaming the tool instead of the person makes no sense. And you know this, when guns are outlawed, only outlaws have guns, and yeah. And the issue isn't gun violence. It's who has the gun, why they have it, what's being ignored. See, this is the bottom line when it comes to the epidemiology of this. You're not going to hear it. You're just going to hear people just give their idea. Then today, this morning on WABC in the morning, overnight, somebody was saying, well, you know, and there was kind of like, we had this lefty kind of a socialist dude, nice fellow, but he had this idea that the reason why there's crime is because of a feeling of lost, of no connection, no whatever. I said, that is 100% bullshit. Bullshit. During the Depression, there wasn't crime like this. During the Depression, when people were selling apples, we are seeing in this country, we are being permeated with a group of people who represent a system and a form of savagery, the likes of which I've never seen. People, you've seen this, these mobs, these wildings, these savage, almost, I don't know what it is, medieval, tribal, I don't know what the word is. That woman in Cincinnati, people who were being swarmed and wilded and lunatic, subliterate, submental, borderline retarded, drug-addled, illiterate, inbred, the lowest form of scum in the world, homozygotic, inbred, hominids who have no sense of belonging to anything. This is the vast majority, but they're conducting most of the crime. And we see them all the time, and they act en masse and in swarms. And they will go crazy if they don't get an extra barbecue sauce at a Chipotle. They will throw metal chairs. Do yourself peruse, scan, review any of the bevy, these wonderfully informative YouTube videos on just stops. Karens being arrested, they'll be called. Karens arrested. And you will see this time after time after time after time. License and registration. I don't have a license. I don't have a registration. Insurance? What, are you kidding me? I don't have to answer your question. I don't have to get out. I don't feel comfortable with you. Call your supervisor. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're racist. You're mean. You're sexist. Whatever. I don't like you. I don't like you. I'm going to go now. Why are you bothering me? How dare this? This is the mentality. I don't know where this is from. I don't know where it's from. But it's almost like inbred, and it's inculcated. It's hammered in societally, and it's at levels I don't know. Now, when it comes to things like serial killing and that sort of thing, that's still the minority. That is white males 20 to 40 or 23. It's a little bit older. It's a different story. mass murders, spree killings, a different story. Remember the DC snipers, that's spree killing. But for the most part, this is a rarity. The crime that we have in this country the most, the crime is retail theft. Number one. Number one in terms of actual quantified numbers of actual, the loss from people who go in, just go into a store and just see shampoo locked up, bath liquid soap. It's telling you, this is a version, if you will, of the broken windows theory, where society is telling you, we have no respect for you, our institutions, or anything. We take what we want. And to hell with you if you don't like it. I can do what I want. And then you've got this stupid news. CNN, MSDNZ, but Fox. Jesus, this morning imagine this. This is the screen. Okay, this is a screen. Top right quadrant, you will see Midtown, flash, sirens, evidence tape, cops running, the same thing over. It's a loop. Cops running CPR on somebody. They didn't have any kind of SWAT helmets. No, nothing. No cops had hats on. No. Just doing their thing. This morning at about midnight, or a little bit before, Midtown Park, 50, it was all closed. So that's over and over again. Ready, you got it? Lights, sirens, people running, cops, CPR. Start the loop again. Cops, running, keep it going, over, just to keep you staring. Next, a map. Got some room? A map. Midtown. It's Rockefeller Center. There's Park Avenue. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. And at the bottom, you've got the chyron. Breaking news, Fox News. You got the thread. That little zipper at the bottom. Sometimes they should be going in different directions, so your eyes are crossed, right? But that's what you're seeing. Then you've got at the top left, they have the news person who's doing his best to try to add some semblance of interest to any of this thing that's going on. He's trying something very, very difficult to try. And then they get on the phone, and the worst, if you ever get the chance, and I think they got rid of him, I hope. The worst ever is this guy, Ted Williams. He was a retired DC cop. The worst. This sounds better than Ted Williams. This isn't even a moving human being. I know. I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know. The worst. So you get somebody, prior hostage negotiator, prior SWAT team leader, retired NYPD, retired FBI, profiler. They got the guy, he's dead. He's not on the lookout. What do you want? It already happened. What am I analyzing this for? There he is. He's dead. They shot him. He shot himself. We don't know if he was on the 33rd floor. Oh, people were saying 33rd floor, Masons. This is why we are so up, all of us. We are insane. Our group, nuts. We can't look at things without larding on and lathering on the nonsense. The other day when they were talking about Epstein, sure enough, they were talking about a certain blood formation that is theoretically created by oxidized adrenaline. It's nonsense. It's a Hunter Thompson reference. It's not you. It can be synthetically made, but it's not what you think it is. But in the annals of this, our people love this because we are so effed up. We're worse. The Democrats, they don't care anything. But we're into this imagery and symbology. 33rd, Masons, the cross upside down, this. Oh, look, there's Abramovich standing with Podesta. Look, we love that stuff. We love it. We will make it up and spirit cooking and fried cooking and gluten-free and oh my God, the Vatican and this and werewolves and lycanthropy and oh God. Meanwhile, the Democrats are they don't know anything. So they actually there's a YouTube piece. They're actually looking at the 33rd. This guy went to the 33rd floor because of some Masonic reference. This is how demented we are. This is why people laugh at us. That's why nobody takes us seriously. This is why I say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I remember one time on the 5th anniversary of 9/11, I went downtown. There was a ceremony. There was a group of people meeting in commemoration of the 5th anniversary of the 9/11. Oh my God, I got the hell out of there. Oh dear God. You ever been around a UFO group? You ever been around MUFON? Oh dear God. Oh my God, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. So we are filled with people who want to talk everything but. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Do you ever wonder, why are obesity rates so great in kids today? Well, it's because when we were kids, we used to ride bikes and And they repeat that. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. They believe this. When we were kids, by God, we left the door open, the front door open. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? I don't know. Well, what do you think today is? Well, it's the absence of God in the school. You see, when you got God, when you get the good Lord, when you get the good Lord out of school, that's what this is about. See, if we had the good Lord in our public schools, we wouldn't have these shootings. That's what you got? Well, we also used to eat at night. The family used to have meals at night. Ever since families went over this, went over here, McDonald's, this and that, and the TV and the sex and the drugs and the music, and we love to a point. It's because of this, it's mental illness, it's because of this, it's crime, it's the lefties, it's Tavistock, Meanwhile, we got this one guy, this lunatic, who may or may not have suffered from, I don't know, CT. It doesn't sound like he's not all there. Not that he's mentally ill, but how about retarded? See, we never talk about something, and I'm glad we brought it up tonight. There are people in the world who are stupid. Stupid. There are people I know who don't even know how. They're just stupid. And they're 1 out of 300 million people. Think about this. The number of homicides out of 350 million people, we get one of these people. Just one. One. And I don't even know what to, it's like, what are you talking about? Where are you trying to extrapolate this? Where are you trying to extrapolate this? Tell me. This is the most incredible thing in the world. I don't even know how to put this into perspective. Okay. There's so much, and what I'm trying to do, and what I've always tried to do. Oh, this is my favorite. Also, listen to this. The other day, as an example, I'm trying to say, would you please help me, perhaps, ladies and germs, stop again extrapolating this lunacy that we're seeing regarding, I'm sorry to say this, but this lunacy regarding stuff that doesn't matter. For example, give you this one. I was trying to explain, this is an aside. Candace Owens is going to have her clocked, cleaned in one of the most stupid stupid lawsuits ever that she got herself involved in. It's the dumbest thing ever. The dumbest. It's the dumbest. And if she's wrong, if Brigitte Macron is a woman versus a man, she's dead. Because in this case, this isn't a libel where you got to say, well, did he mean... no. Yes or no? If I said to you, Brigitte Macron is dead, there's our good friend Sal Angelo. Sal says, you're right. Everyone is an expert about everything. Statzazit. Thank you for that. I asked this question. It's like saying, if I said Sal Angelo is dead, God forbid, or Sal Angelo is a Martian, or it's yes or no. That's a very bad thing to be involved in. And I'm telling people, do you think Brigitte Macron is going to bring a lawsuit unless she can prove it? Now, if she does, he, she, whatever it was, then they are even crazier than I thought. So anyway, so I told people this. Instead of people saying, you know what, that's a very interesting thing. They're saying, but I like her. I like her. I said, I didn't say you didn't like her. It has nothing to do whether you like her. This is the way people think. Because our analysis is, but I like President Trump. I don't understand. I like Dan Bongino. So you expect people to be able to our side, that is, to sift through and parse through such stuff as, you know, culpability, mental illness, I don't know. We are the most stupid people in the world. And the conservatives, worthless. No balls, no backbone, no nothing. We had, speaking of shooting, we had that horrible event in Butler, Pennsylvania. Anybody get to the bottom of that? Pam Bondi's walking around, I don't know what the hell she's doing with her corneal abrasion, whatever the hell's wrong with her. Dan Bongino, who felt it to the core because he's a little pussy. I don't know, but he's a little pussy. He loves to show you his heart. I hate these people. Be a man. Be a man. Grow a pair. Shut up. Suck it up. Butch up. Walk it off. Be a man. Quit complaining. I don't want to hear, I got the vapors. Oh, Lord. I never knew how much. You don't know what I've seen. What is going on here? I have a belief. You know, I was watching a Whitney Webb. I like her a lot. I like her style. She's on People's Show. I like the way she just starts laughing. And I don't know if she's a little bit Spectrum-esque because she forces this laugh. And a lot of people I've noticed sometimes they'll do it. I don't know. I've never met her, but she'll say, and the problem with Les Wexner is that, I say, why are you laughing? I don't know, but I laugh every 10 seconds too. And she brings up great points. But she's a little interesting. But she said something that I have been suspecting for a long time, and she articulated it very well. She says she believes that people like Hegseth, oh, that's another one too, Hegseth, Pam Bondi, others, that there are people behind the scenes who really run the show. These people are out there catching the limelight, catching the, the attention. Hey, I'm Pete Hegseth. Look, I can, here's Pete drunk on stripper, whatever the hell he's doing. I don't know. But look at me. I was doing PT with my troops. Is he doing it now? Shit, no. Hey, Pete, how about going up against some 20-year-old, some guy fresh out of Hell Week from Navy SEALs? Go ahead with him. Go ahead. You can't compete with a 20-year-old. Can't do it. That's why 20-year-olds are fighting the battles. It's nothing personal. It's just you can't do it. No matter how great and virile and handsome and bold and bright. You can't do it. But this is the kind of mentality we're dealing with. Even from his point of view. We got Kristi Noem, who somebody would say, cut this bullshit out. What are you, Charlie's Angels? What are you doing? What are you doing? Act like a government agent. There are people, I'll never forget that. There are people out there risking their lives. They're breaking down doors, and she's walking around with her, hey, look, everybody, look, who is it? Cinnamon, or what was her name? No, the name of the Charlie's Angels, Cricket, or Jill Monroe, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. That's who these people are. Carrie Lake, another one. See, Trump likes these. Okay, honey, I'm past that now. I'm past that. Trump likes cool kids. He likes the pretty girls, the pretty guys, the handsome guys, the jocks, the cool kids. Like Don Jr. thinks he is. And Eric, by the way, Eric looks like a little miskino, but he's probably the best one of the entire group. That's the one I put my money on. And Lara Trump, boy, they double-crossed her in Florida. That's another story. Look behind the lines with that one. I don't have time to go into that one, but trust me, Florida Senate. Oh, North Carolina, excuse me. Yeah, whatever they double-crossed. Anyway, okay. So here we have this case. So what are we going to do? We're going to be spinning our wheels. Trump comes up with the most stupid, convoluted idea regarding Epstein I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe how this was so mishandled. Cannot believe how it was mishandled. Cannot. So, with this event yesterday that happened in Midtown, do you expect us to be able to handle it? Of course not. Because people don't know critical thinking. Because they don't know how to think A, B, C, D in a linear way. This does not mean this. Let's don't extrapolate A to E. Let's go one step to the next. What do we know? We don't know anything. What about guns? No, don't go beyond. The guns are already there. 25 million guns sitting around, AR-15s alone. It's the most incredible thing in the world. I don't even know how to put this into words or how to explain this. It's just incredible. And what people don't understand is they've never been told this in their life. They just sit around and they just kind of say things. I'll never forget. This is when, remember I was telling somebody, remember the Vegas shooting in 2017? Remember that one? Remember Paddock? Oh, God, we can talk about that one. That one, just do a little research on that. Run an OpenAI or ChatGPT or Grok on that. It'll blow your mind. That thing was, we just stopped talking about it. Just stopped. Just stop talking about it. It will blow your mind. Is anybody talking about that idiot on top of the assassin? No. And don't give me this bullshit about, Trump's probably got some PTSD. No, he doesn't have PTSD. Because the first thing we're going to do is I would have a blue ribbon committee. I would go on Fox News. I would say, listen, Fox, you're going to devote a channel to me on Fox Nation. Whoever watches that shit. I don't know if you ever watch Fox. Do you ever watch that? We got now, Hannity's doing the Old West? What are you running? What do you got, a lot of time on your hands? Let's look at the old Wild Bill Hickok. Or Hickok. Why are you doing this? I don't know. It's part of this, I'm a Old West kind of, Kevin Costner kind of thing. I don't know. How about this one? Have a special channel, Fox News, on a 24/7 actual investigation in who knew what about the assassination attempt, what was covered up, what we know now, and how they dropped the ball, and what Pam Bondi's doing. You expect us to care about Pam Bondi says, and we're going to release the files on JFK. God damn it. What about Butler? Who cares about John Kennedy? You're not going to find anything out about that. Stop it. Same thing with Epstein. You're not going to find anything. Good luck. Here's a list. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's a file. Oh, I'm sorry. Here are the documents. Oh, I'm sorry. Here are the flight logs. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the black book. We just keep naming these things. What about the guy who tried to kill Trump? Everybody repeat after me. What about the guy, Mr. President, what are you doing? Hey, Don Jr., get off your ass and your new girlfriend and spearhead a committee on who tried to kill your father, who was behind it, who changed the plans, why were the actual people that were there. You know, there were a couple of, I was talking to a friend of mine this week, and it told me that there were a couple of women who used to attend various events. They were very, very good, by the way, at attending. They were very loyal Trump acolytes and the like. And they would go to these various events. And they went, and lo and behold, when they went to Butler, they said, hey, there's something wrong here. Wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. And they knew so much. Anything about it? No. Anybody talk about that? No. Pam Bondi talking about that? No. Jim Jordan talking about that? No. John Kennedy? No. Marsha Blackburn? Ted Cruz? Nobody. The assassination attempt now, nobody's found about it. And you expect me to think they're going to get to the bottom of Epstein? Stop it. Look, maybe I look stupid to you. That could be. I can't help that. But I am not. And that's why I don't get along with these people. Because everybody that I see in the whole Republican conservative roster is completely full of shite. The whole group. Look at New York. The best candidate is Curtis Lewa, bar none. I don't care whether you like him. I don't care whether you like the beret. This guy is like, I've never seen. He's the closest to Rudy Giuliani, maybe. You know, the great mayors were always LaGuardia, Rudy, and Ed Koch. They really knew this, but they didn't get out there. Maybe LaGuardia a little bit. Rudy wasn't out there walking into bodegas, but he was there and, knowing what's going on, and he was always at crime scenes. Curtis knows every square inch of this city. Every square inch. The man's incredible. So over this shooting, he's there. Where's Cuomo? Still in the Hamptons with his thumb up his ass, doing I don't know what. He's worthless. He's worthless. Mamdani is at some crazy, what is he in Uganda? Some wedding? His own wedding? Oh, he's not married? Okay, this is Indian wedding. He's at something you've never seen before. This son of a bitch hasn't been on a subway in his life. This is going on. He should have been on a phone anywhere saying, I am there with you. No, nothing. Eric Adams, a jadrul, walking around with Jessica Tisch, our commissioner. I got to tell you something. When I saw Jessica Tisch, I'm sorry, very unimpressed. I thought, is she kind of with it? She looks like somebody's kid's sister. She's brilliant. Not because she went to Harvard, not because she's a billionaire, which is true. No. She's good. So she's standing next to Eric Adams, who's retarded. He can't put words together. I don't know what he's saying. People in New York. Okay, thank you very much. Put it this way. He speaks with an accent even people with accents find offensive. And he's standing there with a little NYPD cap on. Because I got to play cop. I've never seen it. The best one, Curtis Lewa. The best one. He owned that story. So the Republicans don't even know what to do. They don't even know how to do this. I would have been all over this. I would have covered this thing when the city needed you. You were doing the Hully Gully and the Margarita and the Hokey Pokey, wherever you were going in the middle of nowhere, some dance. But they don't do it because they don't have any vicious killer instinct. They suck, including this president and his troop. They are the worst. They don't know how to go in for the kill. And I told you this yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. All the president has to do, all he has to do to get this Epstein thing done is to arrest Hillary Clinton or Comey or Brennan or anybody for that matter. I told you this. Imagine you're watching TV or you're on your phone or you're standing around and you hear this breaking news and Twitter and X blow up. Dateline, Chappaqua, Westchester County. What's going on? Hillary Clinton has been taken into custody by federal agents. They've unsealed an indictment, hypothetically, and she's been arrested for a variety of blah, blah, blah. You would soil yourself in terms of being excited. Okay? That's what needs to be done. And are they doing it? No. What do they need? No. They announced this stuff. Well, we're going to be announcing Hillary Clinton. You're not going to do anything because you announced it. Well, that Tish James might have committed some type of mortgage fraud and irregularities. You're not going to do anything. Why? Because you announced it. Well, Adam Schiff may, again, more, it's much not my exclusive residence. Doesn't matter. They don't do anything. Nothing. They announced that, well, we're going to refer this. Yeah. Pam Bondi, she's going to get to the bottom of this. So I've kind of, sort of, I don't want to say anything. I think I've just given them all faith that these people just don't have it. They want to look the part. Don Jr. wants to go around with his girlfriend and fly around. The president wants to play golf. Can I say something to you? Doesn't the president look so uncomfortable playing golf? Is that a smooth swing? Does that look like fun? It's like he's doing manual labor. I think golf is the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand why I'm going to go out there, swing this club, get control. Okay, fine. But he's out there and he's doing his thing. And whenever he plays golf, it's kind of like he's taking time off. They got mad at Eisenhower. They went crazy with him when he played. He had a putting green at the White House. He was playing far too much. I don't know why he's doing that. The president's got to also be very, very careful. I know he wants to look young and all that. There's so much that needs to be done. Serious problems. Israel, have you seen what's happening now? Oh my God. Gaza, starvation. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Oh my God. It is shape-shifting. It is catastrophic. We're seeing a change in the collective opinion like you've never seen. And Putin, lay off. He told Putin, forget 50 days, I'll give you 12 days. Putin said, blow it out your ass. You're not going to tell me what to do. I told you since the beginning, get away from my border. You're not going to put Ukraine with NATO, either NATO support, NATO membership, or NATO armament on my border, or I will destroy it. You've got 10 days. Not me, you do. And Trump's saying, what do I do? What do I say? I don't know. You can't get tough with Putin. And Putin never lies. When he tells you he's going to do something, he does it. He doesn't bluff. Trump changes his mind. He says this. Remember, he's mad at Bibi. Then he's not. Then he's mad. Then he's not. Then he is. Then he was upset with Putin. Then he said, oh, I didn't know. Well, why do you do that, Mr. Putin? Why? Because they tried to knock my helicopter out of the sky. Oh, I didn't know that. And Marco Rubio. I didn't know that. Marco Rubio, another jet drool. So that's where we are right now, my friends. It's a sad day yesterday. It was terrible. This young man, I hope what they do is they will elevate his posthumously him to detective first grade so that his wife would be able to enjoy greater. Huh? Oh. He had to bring her to the hospital. This is horrible. This guy's walking. He's on Park Avenue. He's in this one of the nicest, most plush buildings. This is the Rudin Corporation, NFL, Blackstone, and he's just there making extra money. His third baby on the way, right? He's got 3, right? 3 on the way, or 2 or 1 on the way. And he probably said, goodbye, I'm safe. I'm not in the Bronx. I'm not in, East New York. I'm not in Woodhaven. No. Nothing wrong with Woodhaven, but the point is, no, I'm safe. I'm on Park Avenue, for God's sake. This is a cush job. Who knew? Because if you think you know what's going to happen next, if you think you've figured out this randomness thing, you are out of your mind. It's brutal. It's terrible. So anyway, my friends, that's it. Thanks for being with us. Make sure you follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. She's going to be doing a live video later. Make sure you subscribe to Lynn's Warriors, Lynn's Warriors, Lynn's Warriors, Lynn's Warriors. She's under a lot of attack from people who don't like what she's saying because she's tough, she's ballsy, she's gutsy, she's got a backbone, and she doesn't back down. And she needs your support. Lynn's Warriors, go and subscribe now. Don't forget Lionel Legal, which is our other version of this, our other aspect, our other channel. And this is Lionel Nation. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like these videos. Very, very important. And we'll give you more update. But remember what I'm doing. What I'm telling you right now. I'm promising you. I'm going to give you the truth. I am not going to just make stuff up and tell that usual Charlie Kirk stuff, which is like pablum. It's just pablum. Tell me the truth. And to our good friend Sal Angelo, God bless you, Sally boy. Thank you. Statazit. I like this. All right, my friends. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to let me see what I'm going to do. I forgot what I was going to do. I don't know. Make sure you also follow me on WABC overnights. That's lots of fun. And by the way, lots of fun for you to also call and write and be a part of that as well. So I appreciate that. So in any event, that's the way that is. Have a great and glorious day. We're up to about 95 degrees here in New York City. And you go outside and you can feel it stifling. Okay? You understand this? Okay, my friends. All right, have a great and glorious day. Remember, 99% of the people who actually respond to this have no idea what's going on. With all due respect, I love you. But if you go back and read the response, they're just there for their own amusement. They want to talk to each other or kind of, shoot the shit and have fun. And that's fine. So don't let that in any way fool you. There are a lot of people who are not writing, who are not commenting in this gibberish nonsense, who really are serious about this and are great and deep thinkers. And I'm talking to you about this. Okay? But it's a free country and people can write whatever they want, no matter how stupid it is in the first place. Okay? Because that's what America's about. The freedom to be stupid. Okay? And by God, some people utilize their freedom at far greater expressions than others. All right, my friends, have a great day. Don't ever change. I mean that sincerely. And until then, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da-da.